Good day everyone, we are Group 1 and today we're going to discuss some of the section under Republic Act number 9165, an act instituting the Comprehensive Dangerous Drug Act of 2002, repealing Public Act number 6425, otherwise known as the Dangerous Drug Act of 1972 as amended, providing funds therefore and for other purposes. Section 2 under the Republic Act number 9165, the Declaration of Policy. It is the policy of the state to safeguard the integrity of its territory and the well-being of its citizenry, particularly the youth, from the harmful effects of dangerous drugs on their physical and mental well-being, and to defend the same against acts or omissions detrimental to their development and preservation. In view of foregoing, the states needs to enhance further the efficacy of the law against dangerous drugs, it being one of today's more serious social ills. Towards this end, the government shall pursue an intensive and unrelenting campaign against the trafficking and the use of dangerous drugs and other similar substances through an integrated system of planning, implementation, and enforcement of anti-drugs abuse policies, programs, and projects. The government shall, however, aim to achieve a balance in the National Drugs Control Program so that people with legitimate medical needs are not prevented from being treated with adequate amounts of appropriate medications, which includes the use of dangerous drugs. It is further declared the policy of the state to provide effective mechanism or measures to reintegrate into society individuals who have fallen victims to drug abuse or dangerous drug dependence through sustainable program of treatment and rehabilitation. So, in simple explanation, the declaration of policy of RA 9165 stated here that policy was made for the protection of the Philippines and its citizen dangerous drugs and from drug pushers, the punishment of violations or violators regarding to those violated this RA 9165 or other known as the Dangerous Drugs Act.
Section number 4 is importation of dangerous drugs and or controlled the precursors and essential chemicals and penalty of life imprisonment to death and ranging from 500,000 pesos and to 10 million pesos, and should be the imposed of an any person who, unless authorized by law, should import or bring into the Philippines in dangerous drugs, regardless of the quantity and purity involved, including any and all species of opium, poppy, or any part thereof, the substances derived their form, even the plural, the decorative and the culinary purposes. Kumbaga ini nga RA 9165 section 4 stated here in ang mga penalties na mapapatunayan for those person na papatunayan na nag-i-import in drugs sa aton bansa or here in the Philippines, regardless of the quantity in the purity involved. Amin to yan mga mga penalties nga ni Republic Act 9165. And the maximum penalty provided for under this section shall be the imposed upon any person who, unless authorized under this act, shall import or bring in the Philippines any dangerous drug and or control the precursor and essential chemical through the use of a diplomatic passport, diplomatic facilities, or any other the means involving his official status in intended to facilitate the unlawful entry of the same. In the addition, the diplomatic passport should be the confiscated and the cancel. Kapag once na napapatunayan niya na nag-i-import yung mga chemical nga ni aton bansa or din atong Pilipinas, amit yan mga amo na ito ya. The maximum penalty provided for the under this section shall be the imposed on any person who organize, manage, or acts as a financier or any of the illegal activities prescribed in this section. Ini ito yan kung hiya ba nag-organize or nagmamanage or kung hiya an financier or financier at financier na drug sa aton bansa or din atong Pilipinas.
The next section under the Republic Act 9165, which is the Section 5, states that sale, trading, administration, dispensation, delivery, distribution, and transportation of dangerous drugs and or controlled precursors and essential chemicals. The penalty of life imprisonment to death or the penalty of imprisonment ranging from 12 years and 1 day to 20 years. And a fine ranging from 500,000 pesos to 10 million pesos shall be imposed upon any person who, unless authorized by law, shall sell, trade, administer, dispense, deliver, give away to another, distribute, dispatch in transit, or transport any dangerous drug, including any and all species of opium poppy regardless of the quantity and purity involved, or shall act as a broker in any of such transactions. It states that in this section, unauthorized daw na person nga hiyaan magiging way pagtransakan illegal drugs sa the other like other country tatagan hininga penalty of 12 years and 1 day to 20 years. Tapos nga magbabayad gihaphan 500,000 to 10 million pesos. Section 6. Maintenance of a den, dive, or resort. The penalty of life imprisonment to death and the fine ranging from 5,000 pesos to 10 million pesos shall be imposed upon any person or group of person who shall maintain a den, dive, or resort where any dangerous drug is used or sold in any form. The maximum penalty provided for under this section shall be imposed in every case where any dangerous drug is administered, delivered, or sold to a minor who is allowed to use the same in such a place. If such den, dive, or resort is owned by a third person, the same shall be confiscated and is cheated in favor of the government, provided that the criminal complaint shall specifically allege that such place is intentionally used in the furtherance of the crime, provided further that the prosecution shall prove such intent on the part of the owner to use the property for such purpose. The maximum of penalty provided for under this section shall be imposed upon any person who organizes, manages, or acts as a financier of any of the illegal activities prescribed in this section.
Next is Section 7 under RA 9165. Employees and visitors of a den, dive, or resort. The penalty of imprisonment ranging from 12 years and 1 day to 20 years and a fine ranging from 100,000 pesos to 500,000 pesos shall be imposed upon any employee of a den, dive, or resort who is aware of the nature of the place as such, and any person who not being included in the provision of the next preceding paragraph is aware of the nature of the place as such and shall knowingly visit the same. Kumbaga, Section 7 ng RA 9165, amo ini ang nagpa-punish han mga drug den, resort, or dive, pati na an owner, miski diri man nagda-drugs an owner. As long as an iya property na hihimo nga drug den, involved lang gihapiya or pwede gihapiya maapi or mapanish. Or even an employee na diri liwat nagda-drugs pero maaram na may dasugad na illegal activities is pwede gihapon hiya ma-involve hini nga crime under RA 9165.